It's Julia Renee.
And Kendall Aaliyah. Welcome back to the Know Your Power podcast. Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the official Loki has entered the room.
Again.
Hi, cutie.
He's so cute.
He said, what y'all doing?
So cute. And he just went like with his little tongue.
Today we were talking not all things Olympia, mostly wellness Olympia, some updates, the list, who's qualified, who we think is going to win, who won last year, all of the things.
All the tea.
All
Maybe
the tea.
even throw in there what is going on with Fran.
Yes. Specifically, what is going on with Fran.
Yes.
I'm going to start with absolutely butchering all of these names.
We're going to try our best.
I'm so
There's
sorry.
so many.
Yeah, actually off the top, I think this is the most competitors we've ever seen competing at the Wellness Olympia.
Do you think this is why they changed the rules?
I
Like they
really
started
do.
seeing how many people were on this list and they were like, we need to change the rules.
Because I still think in the grand scheme of things, like wellness is still one of the smaller categories. Like I can't imagine how long the bikini list is, the men's physique list is, like, and I feel like it is usually a 2-day event, but very much so like finals are like one big grand night. Yeah. So trying to fit all those competitors or at least top 10 in each division into those finals.
The routines are what get me.
Yes.
When I'm watching them and it's like there's 20 routines and each pro routine can be up to a minute.
Yes.
So that's a long time.
Yeah, I don't even want to do the math. We don't even have these numbers, but it's well over 20 competitors competing at the Olympia. So you have to think like each of those competitors getting over a minute, it adds up.
And the guys with the songs.
And with the songs, yeah.
So long.
Anyway, okay, I'm going to run through this list. It's in no specific order. This is everyone qualified for the Olympia. That does not mean all of these competitors are guaranteed going. We will talk about Fran not going in a second. In looking up a lot of these competitors, like I saw someone was pregnant. I saw someone was like clearly not in prep.
What is going on?
So this is the list of who's qualified. That doesn't mean they are actually stepping on the stage. First off, we have Lisa Messwinkel from Germany. Love her. We have Alicia Romero from Spain, Isabel Nunes from Brazil, Fran Matos from Brazil, Eduarda Bezerra from Brazil, Giselle Machado from Brazil, Carol Barrero from Colombia. What a fun name to say.
Yeah, that
Carol
is
Uh,
Yeah.
I love that.
And we're probably not saying it with the right accent.
I'm for sure
but it's still really fun.
Sina Maria Teresa from Angola. I'm also going to butcher the countries. I'm so sorry. Maria Rita Penteado from the USA, Jade Cristaldo from Spain, Andrea Gadala from Brazil, Cassandra Gillis from Canada. I did not know she was from Canada.
Bro.
Did you?
Yes, and she's so sweet.
Okay, good to know. I feel like you have so much insider info now.
I have all the inside tea.
Okay, we're about halfway through the list.
Once you hit half, I'll take over the rest because this is a lot.
Actually, no, I feel like we still have so many more. Let me do a couple more. I'm on a roll, even if I'm butchering it. Sandra Colorado. I remember her from last year.
She's the one with the
beautiful
tattoos.
From Spain. Valkyria Lopez?
Valkyria.
I don't
know. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. From Brazil.
Guys, we're so sorry.
I just keep apologizing. Leonida Kiabu from Moldova. I'm going downhill
from Brazil.
You take over.
Claudia. You said
Vanessa?
take over. Claudia Vanessa from Hungary. Camille Luz from Brazil. Shanique Grant from USA. Rayleigh Diaz from Brazil, Danny Theodoropoulos, Polo, Australia. Let's just do first names. Emily from Canada, Alexis Nicole from USA, Danielle M, Brazil, Carla Sanchez, Argentina, Lisa K from Ukraine, Michelle Ibata, Brazil, Elisa Alcantara, Dominican Republic, Liliana Nava, that's a cool last name, Mexico, Nicole Salazar from Costa Rica, Renata SG from Brazil, Rayanne Fogel, we know her, Rosemary Rodriguez from Paraguay, Tiffany from USA, Pamela from Brazil, and Winter Adams from United Kingdom.
I did not know Rayanne was from Brazil. Yeah. I'm just so out of the loop. I'm sorry.
I didn't until like this year.
Yeah.
This year.
And she competed at one of your shows this year. You got to meet her.
She was at the RGV with me.
Yes.
And I got to stand naked and tan with her.
Amazing. Eye contact.
I'm literally just like standing there and I'm like, nice glutes. Nice glutes. It's so weird. Same thing with like Tiffany. She was right in front of me for the routine at the Heart of Texas. Like Alexis Nicole, who's qualified. She was at my first show. Like a lot of these, obviously these girls who won. Lisa was at the Atlanta Pro with me.
It's so cool to step on stage with like multiple top
crazy.
10 placing Olympians. Like that's so crazy. Okay. So talking about, before we get into like the list, our predictions, all of the things, I feel like we need to talk about Fran and her not coming to the show this year. I feel like she kind of just dropped this ball on social media. She announced that she is not going to the show this year. Yes. I will let Julia read like her actual caption, but it sounds like she's just dealing with either personal health or family related issues. Yeah. It didn't sound like she is done competing forever. Yes. It just sounds like she's not coming to this show, which definitely changes things for those who are listening who maybe are not super in the know with wellness and competitors, or you're new to this space. She is 4-time.
Let's see. She says this year, Mr. Olympia will hold its 5th edition of wellness category, 10 years. She was the first wellness Olympian of 2021. So she won the first one ever in 2021.
She won 2022,
23.
Last year was the first time she didn't win. So she is 3-time.
She's 3-time. Because they announced that wellness was going to come to the USA in 2020 and they were going to have it at the 2021 Olympia. And we went there. Remember? That was like the most magical moment ever. Watching her absolutely just steal the stage with her routine. And from there, you know how many people, pros and amateurs, have like taken bits and pieces, me included, from her routine? Like it's crazy.
And what's even crazier to look back on is wellness was not even on the main stage at that time.
No, it was on like this jank stage in the expo.
Like I don't think they realized, or anyone realized, how big of a division it would become.
Now look at this list. They're having to like change the rules back to like make room because this division is so popular, because there's a lot of like, how many times have you heard like a girl being like, I don't want it that big of an upper body, but I want giant, like it's a really desired physique.
Yep.
But I love that she posted that OG photo, because this photo was the photo that I had on my screensaver like since 2020 when I decided that I wanted to compete. But she basically, you know, we translated it because it's written in Portuguese, but she talks about like just kind of being sad that she can't compete, like being an athlete. This is what she does. Oh my God, Loki is so cute. This is what she does. But she says that her mind and body has been asking her for a much needed break, and she wants to focus on like her health, her family, these new projects that are emerging. She says, I've learned that being a champion goes beyond trophies. It's also knowing to recognize the moments to breathe, to take care of yourself, to continue building with love and purpose. I wish all the athletes the best. Thank you to everyone who supports me, because those who love this sport never stop living for it. So it does sound like this is like I've been needing a break for a long time, and I'm going to take it. And I'm honestly really, like, I saw that and I was like, go off, queen. Because Kendall and I were talking about this before we started the episode, but even my mom was like upset that she wasn't going to compete. She sent me the post because
that's cute.
So much stuff happened last year because of all the tea. If you guys didn't watch that episode last year, they were fighting. Issa and Fran were fighting online over some stuff. So it was like we were going to watch them duke it out on stage, you know, and like really,
it was going to be a really good comeback.
It was so good. Like I wanted Fran to come back and like destroy Issa. I love Issa, and and you know how like we were both so happy that she won because she deserved it so much. But damn.
Yeah, I think the drama of it all was definitely a lot, and I'm sure added to this situation of like, if you already weren't feeling great and then it's like added pressure, added stress, coming back for your title, having to compete every single year on that like caliber, I can only imagine how stressful it is on the physique, on the mental, like on everything. So I also really respect when top competitors talk about health in that way, because a lot of people, especially newer to the bodybuilding space, think like, because you see someone on stage so often or every year and they're showing up with like somehow an even better physique, you think that's maintainable and you think that is like easy for them.
When they're like suffering.
Yeah, so it's like a good reminder and reality check that even the best in the world like needs a break sometimes, needs a breather, maybe is going back to the drawing board and working on different things about her physique, you know. So yeah, I'm glad she spoke about it. I'm obviously like really sad she's not competing this year, and I'm really hopeful she's going to be back next year. I wonder how this is going to affect her competition season if she's competing in 2026, because wouldn't she have to requalify now since she's not going?
Oh my God, just imagine Fran at like
just pulling up to a local show,
up to one of my pro shows.
Dude,
I would be like, yeah,
I'd pee my pants.
I would lose. I would literally do anything to get my ass kicked by Fran.
Just to be next to her.
Like
same room as her, I'd be happy.
I would seek out the show that she was doing just so that I could be
That's so good.
And you know, just to toot my own horn, I have messaged her on Instagram before. Well, she's messaged me.
You guys are basically best friends.
We're basically best friends. But when I first found out about the division in 2020, Fran was the first competitor that I ever followed that was in this division, and I just fell in love with her. And it was so cool because I knew that she was like 5'2", 5'3", which was around my height. So finding a physique that was like quote unquote similar to mine, obviously I don't have that much muscle, but so I've just been following her journey for years, and I am proud of her for taking that step back, because I think, and like don't quote me on this because it's been a whole year since the whole drama with Issa and Fran and them going back and forth online and stuff. But when Fran's title got taken from her and Issa deserved, you know, to win, Fran came out about like some health issues that she was struggling with, like leading into that.
Yeah, I wonder if that's related.
Yeah,
now.
like maybe it was, and this is just like me guessing, maybe it was she probably should have stopped.
Yeah.
Then,
well, I wonder.
But it was like I have to follow through. And then after that, I remember watching some of her posts, and like there was times where she was like taking weeks off of training, where like her doctors wanted her to take.
I was gonna say she also didn't do the Arnold in 2024, or sorry, in 2025. She didn't do the Arnold this year. So I would imagine it was like maybe in her plans, because she usually does do that show, and then maybe something just like health related triggered. I need to take a break, but still shooting for the Olympia. She was maybe going to prep, and then they decided not to. Like, no. So yeah, I completely respect her taking a break. I really hope she comes back next year. We're going to have a crazy top 3 battle next year.
I don't want obviously she's also 39. I saw her post, and it's like, not that that's like an old age, but just the fact that she's like crushing it this much at 39 is like insane to me. And I just don't want her to go out this way.
Yeah.
You know,
we need a final Fran
show. Like kind of like C-Bum, where he was like, I'm going to win it one more time and then I'm going to go. Like, I don't want her to go. And this is just me being selfish. Like, I don't want her to go out like feeling this way. And I have a feeling that maybe she also wants to come back and like destroy everyone and then be like, peace, I'm gonna go live my life.
Literally. The next thing I want to talk about is that change in Olympia qualification rules, because Julie has talked about it a few times, and I don't think we've ever like debriefed the new qualification system for the Olympia. I know some pages on Instagram have. So just to go over, essentially in the past, they've done different things. You have to win your show to make it to the Olympia. You have to win your pro show. Sorry, yes. Let me specify. They've done point systems in the past, but it's always been very confusing to me as like someone who's watching. Now it's pretty cut and dry. I believe the intent is to make it harder to get to the Olympia so that there's less competitors on the Olympia stage from some of these smaller pro shows, or if you win by default, those types of things. Not to say not everyone on the list deserves to be there, because they do, and they all work so hard. But I understand from like a timing and business standpoint why they're changing things.
That was a lot of competitors that we just listed out. And Kendall and I were talking about it, and it's like having each one of these pro competitors going up on stage, having a 45-second to a minute routine for prejudging. And I think even for finals, they still have all of them go on and do it again. There's like some of my pro shows that I did this season, they would do, everybody does their routine for prejudging, and then only like top 10 do their routine again for finals. But I don't remember, gosh, it's been a whole year. This is just a lot.
What the Olympia does?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's different specifications for different divisions. So I'm just going to read through this. It might sound really confusing, but if you are well versed in the bodybuilding space, I feel like it'll make sense. So first off, for the new system for classic physique, men's physique, bikini, and wellness, which is obviously what we're talking about today, top 25 in the point standings qualify for the Olympia. And there's an automatic qualification to the Olympia if you win 2 contests. Now, breaking down what the biggest thing that has changed is like different shows can get you different things now.
Which is weird.
It is weird. And I'm curious to see how this year goes, because this is just implemented like this past month until August 2026. So I think at that point, they're going to like reassess and see what's working and what's not. I'm curious to see how this goes. So if you compete at the Olympia, if you are in first, second, or third, you automatically requalify for the next year's Olympia. If you're in fourth, you get 12 points. If you are in fifth, you get 10 points. So that is top 5 standings at the Olympia, what you get out of the Olympia as far as qualifying for next year. The Arnold Classic,
makes sense.
Pittsburgh Pro, New York Pro, Romania Muscle Fest, and Dubai Pro. First place, automatic qualification. Second place, 14 points. Third place, 11 points. Fourth place, 9 points. Fifth place, 7 points. So for those shows, it's still standing that like if you win this show, you're qualified. The rest are point system. Now, weirdly, this is the weirdest part and the thing changing the most. All other pro shows are only points. So now you could win like the shows you did this year and not qualify, but get points. So first place is 10 points, second place 4 points, third place 3, fourth place 2, fifth place 1. So it is now just a point system unless you are at the like biggest pro shows in the world.
The Olympia or the top pro shows in the world. So it's like, then there begs the question of like, okay, will that make those shows then super saturated? And is that what they wanted?
That's what I'm thinking is like,
but then again, the Arnold is invite only.
I wonder if that's still the case though. Because the rest of these aren't, right? Like the New York Pro, Pittsburgh Pro, those are still huge pro shows. So I think, all right, if I'm putting on like business hat and I'm running the IFBB and I'm like, we got to get more people competing. We got to get like more people like hungry for that Olympia title, right? I think it's getting more competitors at those bigger pro shows, which I'm sure have more eyes on them and pay more. And then it's getting competitors throughout the year competing more often because now they have to get points.
So this system would have been super great. Well, actually not really, because I only got fourth one time.
But this year with how many shows
many shows that I did.
Yeah.
But then my fear is for the competitors.
Yeah, it's going to be taxing.
Does this promote competitors doing too many shows? And granted, like, no one is going to force them to do it. Yeah. So it's up to them and their own discernment with their body, their mind, and everything to say, yeah, let me compete in 4 shows, rack up 10 points with the first place, 4 points until I hit the 25 points so that I can qualify for the Olympia.
Yeah.
But I just fear for I fear for the health of the competitors with this system a little bit, but I do understand the system and why it's in place, because the competitor list like is getting bigger, especially for the division like wellness, which was small at first and there was only a couple, and now it's so popular and we're seeing the list grow every year.
So for your take as someone who like this directly affects you, because you're trying to get to the Olympia, you're working on it, you're competing at these pro shows, like how do you genuinely feel about this? Or do you think this is better for you in the sport, worse for you in the sport? Are you indifferent about it?
For the level that I am at, where I still have room to grow, it's definitely going to make it even harder for me. But I have a feeling that next year, Coach and I will just have to be more strategic about which shows that we go and choose. Because, like, for example, you know, I can put on a good amount of mass like in a year, but if I'm going to like the Arnold and the Pittsburgh Pro and that like these bigger shows, say that Rayanne shows up, say that Lisa shows up, Fran, if she comes out, or, you know, say like there's no chance for me. Not me being cynical, but me being like realistic with like, these girls are top.
Well,
you know
like
what I mean?
Now,
like I know.
The top competitors are gonna have to go to these shows unless they place top 3 already.
Yes.
You know, so it's definitely making it like more pros are gonna be showing up at more shows.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, because now
so interesting.
It's gonna be like a fight for their lives next year. Like pros are gonna be fighting for their lives next year to get the qualification. And yeah, because even if you go into a show and you get first, like these other shows, that doesn't mean that you qualify. You can't take a break.
Yeah.
You could say, oh, I got my 10 points. I can't do anymore. And that's all you get. You don't qualify.
Yeah.
Or you're like, why, let me go to another show and get 5 points. And it's a little like, I do feel very nervous about the health of competitors for next year with this.
That's why like I'm conflicted, because like business hat, Kendall, I'm like, I get it.
Yes.
For your pockets. And then hopefully paying the competitors more, I hope, with those filled pockets. On the flip side, I do, like, from a competitor and seeing my friend compete like 4 times this year looked like a lot, you know? And you held it together amazing and your health seems really good, but still, like, I can't imagine having to do that like year after year.
Yeah. So. I mean, because even with what I did this year, if how I performed this year, and we take this new system in, I would have only gotten 2 points.
That's crazy.
Because I placed 6th, 4th, and then 6th and 4th place at all other IFBB pro contests are 2 points. I would only got 2 points.
That's so insane.
My little 2 points. But then again, I would need to be more strategic next year about which shows that I am choosing and stuff like that. But I don't know. This is... I guess we're going to have to see how it starts playing out.
Yeah.
Because I'm so, like, I love to plan things. I feel like the point system, like, when do they find out? You know? Is it kind of like you find out at the very last minute? I don't know.
What do you mean find out?
With the points. So like say, cause it says top 25 in the point, top 25 in the point standing qualify for the Olympia. So you just have to keep racking up points. And then at some point,
I get what you're saying. I thought it was you. Okay. Okay.
You're just like going. And then you're like, I'm going, but am I going to get it or not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I fully thought this said like, you need 25 points, but it is top 25 in point standings.
Yes.
So you don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could place like, in theory, you could place 5th at one of your shows and make it to the Olympia. If there's not that many competitors above you in points.
True.
Or 4th or 3rd or whatever.
Or you would need to,
but yeah, you have to like
rack up 50
ready.
Points. I don't know. Like,
I guess that's why. So they are cutting it off in August. So maybe that's why. Maybe the cutoff date's a little sooner so they can announce it. So competitors have a month to prep. That is really interesting. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I thought it was interesting. It was bold. I think this is the biggest changes we've ever seen in qualifying for the Olympia. And yeah, that's one of those things. It doesn't directly affect this Olympia, though I do think it might affect like seeing some of this list be done, keep competing. Like, I think it's going to really split the competition, if that makes sense. Okay, back to this specific Olympia.
I'm just reading some of these.
Some of the rules?
No, I'm reading some of like the top comments. Like one of the top comments is going to force athletes to stay on their game and show up multiple times a year. This will hurt some feelings. And then right under it says more so their health and their wallets.
Yep.
And then it's like, let's see, something about, we see Issa comment, Alexis comment, Ashley Coltswater, Jennifer Dory, interesting. Somebody. Yeah, we're going to post all of this stuff too on the stories, guys, like the competitor photos and stuff like that, and the
because there's
rules.
So many.
Yeah, go look into the comments of this too, and let us know what y'all's opinion is and what you think about it. But
it's all very interesting.
I guess we'll just see how it plays out.
We will. Okay, back to Olympia wellness of this year. I want to talk about all the competitors that are competing at this year's Olympia, or are at least qualified, that had placed top 10 at last year's. And then we can go into our actual predictions of these competitors. I think we'll list at least top 10 of who won last year's, like, profiles, photos, something. That way, if you guys need visuals, I'll put it on the YouTube video, or go over to the Instagram story if you are a visual person and don't know all of these names. I probably won't include like every competitor, though, if I have extra time, I'll do it. When we read them out, they'll be there. Okay, top 10 from last year in order was Isabel Nunes, who... it was her first time winning. She was runner-up the 3 previous years, so that was a really big deal. Second place was Fran. She will not be competing at this show. Everyone else on the list is, as far as I know. We have Eduarda, who placed 3rd. Elisa was 4th. Giselle was 5th. Lisa was 6th. I'm like, I don't know how to count now. Rayanne was 7th. Cass Gillis was 8th. Leonida was 9th. And Alexis Adams was 10th. So that was our top 10 from last year. All of those women, besides Fran, should and are qualified to be there this year. So based on that, we kind of made our top 5 predictions, because every Olympia we've ever seen, competitors who place top 5 or top 10 who return to stage and don't look worse, like unless something crazy happens,
they're most likely going to be up there again.
Yeah. So I have a very different order this year. I think we should be like first place and both discourse like who we put and why. First place, I think we agree. We do agree. First place, hot take, okay. But I feel like it is self-explanatory. If you watched our reaction to the Arnold this year, is Eduarda.
Guys,
I'm obsessed with her.
People, I like and dislike when people say like she is like Fran 2.0. The reason that I dislike it is because she's her own person. She's obviously has her own physique. But if Fran is the standard for 3 years, then it's a really nice like compliment to be compared to her. She is taller though. She's taller than both of them, but still has that same like such dramatic hourglass shape. And I just have a feeling if she comes in how she did at the Arnold, because literally she got 3rd at the Olympia, and I don't know what she did in that couple of months, came back to the Arnold, and she beat Miss Wellness Olympia, Issa. Yeah. So she has that potential to do that at this Olympia, and I think it is very possible.
I think her stage presence, like even at the Arnold, like her suit color, her hair, like everything package wise looked so amazing. She's super balanced. I think she is the exact, like what they say as far as like tight waist, developed shoulders without being like quote unquote too muscular or overpowering. Her quads are insane. Her glutes are insane. She's just like very captivating. So I agree. I think if she comes in how she did at the Arnold, I would give it to her, especially you have to consider like, the same judges are at these top pro shows, and the fact that they did place her and award her above Miss Wellness Olympia at that show does mean something.
It
you know,
does.
it'd be different, and I might have a different viewpoint if she didn't win that show, but because she did, and that's kind of the show they're coming off of, which, like, granted was much earlier in the year, but still was the last time we saw her compete. That does have it does something to you mentally.
Yes.
So.
And if we're taking, like, at this level, if we're taking everything into consideration, it's like the micro details at this point.
Yeah.
So say Issa and Eduarda both come in at their absolute best. I feel like Eduarda's stage presentation is better.
Yeah.
Personally, I just think it is. And that doesn't mean that Issa's isn't. It's just they're both very different. I love watching Issa pose, and she is very captivating too. But Eduarda's is just different, and that was something that people kept saying verbally. Like, it was a common theme of, like, captivating to the point where even Eduarda said it herself.
Yeah. So, it's one of those, like, we've talked about different posing styles, and Eduarda's very, like, sultry, sexy almost, like, very flowy on stage. In my opinion,
angelic at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, she has the angelicness of Laura Lee, but she has the sultriness of Fran.
I feel that. She's an in-between. Issa's a little more, like, sporty, preppy in my head.
Hers is, like, bubbly.
She also is just, like, a very cute person.
She's just so cute. But, like,
which sways me.
You know?
It's just, like, her face. Like, she has a very, like, youthful face. Like, she's so pretty. Versus, like, Eduarda's very, like... I don't know how. Yeah, I feel like when you look at them, you understand where they're both, like, iconic in their own ways, but yes, very different. So that brings us to our number 2 spot, which we both agree on is going to be Issa in our opinions. Coming off of holding the title of Miss Wellness Olympia, you never know how she's coming in. You know, she is consistent as a competitor. She has placed top 3 at every show I've ever seen her do in the last, like, freaking 10 years at this point. She's one of those people, the way, like, Fran was the first person you ever followed. Issa was the first wellness competitor I ever followed. So I've been following her journey for so long. Huge fan of her. I would love to see her win again. I just, like, literally Eduarda's posing at the Arnold is my Roman Empire, so I had to place her first.
And I think we talked about this when we did our Arnold recap, that the same feeling that we got watching Fran absolutely take the stage in 2021 and win the first ever wellness title, where you couldn't, like, you were just, like, waiting for every single move that she was doing. Eduarda had that same captivating routine at the Arnold. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, if you bring that to the Olympia, it's game over, lady.
But also, like, maybe Issa's changing her pose. Like, you really don't know. This is going to be a really good top 2.
And I think Super Bowl.
Literally. I think this is why I wish so badly Fran was at this show, because I think that would have been a really good battle of top 3. Like, those are, without a doubt, like, I think every competitor on this entire list and this entire top 5 looks amazing. Like, obviously we're talking about, like, best in the world performers, but, like, those 3 to me will, like, always be top 3 to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It could just be like they're switching in and out. Okay, number 3. I
disagree.
Put Elisa. And I put her there because she was there last year. She was 1, 2, 3. She was 4th last year.
Yes.
So, you know, if she comes in just as good as she did last year, and they obviously really liked her physique, they're probably going to put her up there in the mix. I just have a feeling that they would.
I think she looks amazing. Personally, for me, I put number 3 as Giselle. And the reason, like, my mental gymnastics of putting Giselle at 3rd, who was 5th last year, right behind Elisa, is because she is also taller framed and has a similar shape to Eduarda. So in my head, if they're doing Eduarda first, they might do Giselle 3rd. And this is, like, fully, I mean this wholeheartedly, 3 through 6, 3 through 10. I'm like, anyone's game.
I know. Like, this one is a really hard one, because I think choosing is hard in general, because
for sure,
with bodybuilding, you don't know what their physique's going to look like until that day.
Yep. And this is also like some of our own biases in there too.
For sure.
You'll see that in my next three. I definitely have biases. We have the same number 4.
We do. We both put Rayanne.
Rayanne. I think she looked so good at the RGV this year. I think she is a fan favorite, a judge favorite, like rightfully so. I do think she's a little shorter than some of the like Eduarda, Giselle, Elisa.
Yeah, she's
a little more
height, like 5'2".
muscle mass as well. Yes. So sometimes it's like, what are they going for this year? If they are leaning a little harder, a little more muscle, I could see her even placing 3rd. If they do want to keep that like longer, leaner look for top 3, then I put her at 4th.
Yeah. I just have been seeing this season, like so many people being really hyped about her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe it's also put me really hyped about her and getting to meet her in person and like see her on stage and see her physique on stage. I agree with you with the like, well, if they still think that she's too muscular, then they could place her a little bit lower. Mm-hmm. Same thing goes for Lisa.
I agree.
You know?
Yep. I think that's why this is such a toss-up. It's like, what are they awarding? And like when it comes to actual judging, I could see some people placing her super high on the list, and then sometimes it balances out if like one judge disagrees. You know, that's why it is. I mean, it's fully people's opinions.
See them putting Eduarda, or not Eduarda. I can also see them putting Rayanne as number 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Eduarda, Issa, then there's Rayanne. It's just like, because what I thought, because the Olympia is the standard.
Yeah.
So when they set the standard for the Olympia being Issa and then Eduarda, I thought that this next year, we were starting at the beginning of the year to see a trend of them choosing a little bit smaller of wellness competitors, meaning like not too much muscle mass, like what it was intended to be. And then towards the end of the year, they kind of went back to just
skewed.
They were like, we're following it. Now it's just, so that's why.
Because some of the last few of the year was Rayanne, was Tiffany, was Lisa, and those are all very hard muscular competitors. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it fully depends what they're looking for. Okay, going into our 5th place, I put Lisa here. You put Giselle, correct?
I put Giselle.
Yeah. So I think I'm just, it's one of those, Kendall's being biased. I love Lisa's physique personally. Yeah. I think she has incredible glutes. I believe Tyler Mannion's breakdown of last year's Olympia, he said the only reason she didn't place even higher was she came in a little too hard. Mm-hmm. I think if she listened to that, which of course she did.
She definitely did.
Yeah. I think if she comes in with that in mind and it doesn't look quote unquote too hard, I think I could see her in the top 5.
Yeah. When I was like backstage with her, you know, I was asking her about this stuff, like about like her feedback and how her season was, and it was so crazy getting to talk to her about how many like little tiny details that she was changing, and like adjusting to take the feedback. And I was like, girl, that's a lot. And she's like, yeah, I know.
Well, I thought it was so interesting. Like we had spoken to competitor Nicole. I am blanking on her last name right now. Nicole, who did multiple shows with you. She is a top wellness pro competitor. She was at almost every show you did this year, if not all of them. Awesome. And we got to talk to her like the next day, and it was really insightful for me, where she was like, I didn't mean to come in even leaner. Like my feedback was not to, I dropped weight. And it's like, sometimes these competitors' bodies just react to protocols a certain way, where you could be like fueling your body with carbs and still dropping weight, or like vice versa. So it is like, it depends how long you're competing and those little teeny tiny details. And like maybe your hamstring coming in like 1 pound too lean could make this placing difference, you know?
That's true.
Like it's really insane.
And I think too, because the reason that she even like brought that up to us is because we were talking about her placing at the Heart of Texas, because at the RGV, she got 2nd.
Yeah.
And then I think at the Heart of Texas, did she get 4th or 5th or something?
I can't remember, but I know, it was a little bit lower in that top 5.
And she was talking to us about like getting lean and stuff. And she goes, and I think they placed me lower because I was just like, I got too shredded and I wasn't supposed to.
Whoops.
You know, whoops, got too shredded.
I've never had that problem.
What? Drop 5 pounds. I'm like, okay. Cool.
Yeah, but that was just
so
really
sweet.
insightful for me. And I'm sure like Lisa is one of those bodies where maybe she didn't mean to come in quote unquote too hard. She just like,
yeah, she has to like
drop.
She has to like fight not to.
Yeah, it's always so interesting. Okay, and then our 6 places, I put Elisa here. It was literally just because I have a Rayanne and Lisa bias and I really want them to be top 5. It does not mean I don't think she can and most likely will be top 5. It's just how my order played out.
Yeah, and I put Lisa as 6.
Yes.
And
fair.
I think, where did she, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she got 6 last year.
I think the only major difference in our predictions this year compared to last year is Eduarda. I think she was not as on our radar as she is now.
And then she came back and
now we're like, first,
here I am. I'm taking everything. And I'm obsessed with her.
We are obviously like in the sport, but we're not big like social media consumers in general. We're like, when I'm on social media, it's like cat videos. I'm not like actively following this entire list of competitors. So there are definitely like, I'm sure, newer competitors, dark horses who we didn't fully mention or lay out or talk about today, who could end up in this top 5 or even top 3. Like you truly never know, because it is like, even before implementing these new Olympia rules, it's a rigorous game to get on this stage. You know, like all of these competitors are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think on to that too, with Kendall and I being competitors, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I also do it as like a kind of protective measure for myself to where I don't want to be watching. I used to do that, and it's just so not good for your mental health to be like watching what every single competitor's doing and like how many weeks out, and like it can be so, you're already so hard on yourself with your progress, and then if you go seeking out reasons to feel worse about yourself, you know, because obviously like these girls, like their physiques are better than mine. That it's fact, because they're on the Olympia stage, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm excited for? Is next year, like, writing out our predictions and Julia gets to be on the list.
I'm going to have to work so freaking hard.
No, you got it. I will be I'm buying VIP tickets. I don't care how much they cost.
I can't wait. Little news for me, at least. So the episode before this, we interviewed Brooke Hackett, which is now become one of my really close wellness friends. She came here from California with her husband. And we did like a YouTube video. There's also her training me on YouTube. Please go watch that. It will change your life. But we did all 4 shows together.
Yeah.
Not like on purpose, but it's just what happened. And we became really close. But I have been looking for somebody to take over my training protocol in like a more like check-in kind of way, where they're like, I'm sending them form stuff, and
interesting.
I chose her.
Oh, that's awesome.
After working out with her in my YouTube video, I was like, this is the person that I've been looking for. Like, I've been doing a lot of research. I've been seeing people, and I'm like, this is perfect. I'm like, she knows my physique. She's watched me on stage.
Yeah.
She's beaten me before too. She knows what the division is looking for. She knows how to grow glutes. And I was like, this is it. This is her. So I literally told her, I was like, I'm serious. So I already signed up with her
exciting.
and everything. And yeah, so that's my little update.
So when Julia's glutes go crazy,
yes,
I'll be also hiring her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just wanted to make one last note on the bikini front, since I'm now a bikini girly. I'm not going to go through like the whole list, because there's even more bikini competitors than wellness, but I do want to say like my top 2, my hot take of the year is I really, really, really want to see Ashley Kaltwasser win. That is my take of the year. She has just been like showing up and putting in so much work. And when you talk about like this new point system, it would be easy breezy for her. Okay. And she doesn't even have to.
She's the first person I thought of.
Yeah.
First person I thought of.
She's just like, I feel like, because she had won in the past, she took several years off, had a whole comeback season, and has been continuously showing up at so many pro shows. And I just like, just for like the younger Kendall and me, who has always looked up to her as a bikini competitor, I love Laura Lee And I'm so excited that she won last year. And if Ashley does not win this year, I do think in the next couple years, like she's one of those that has been competing for so long, and you're like, you need the win. Does that make sense? Like kind of the same way I felt about Issa going into last year's, where I was like, I love an underdog story. I feel like we got that vengeance with Laura Lee because she had that quote unquote underdog story. She's always been a top competitor, but had placed second at the Olympia like multiple years. And that's like kind of the position Ashley has been in now. So just going into it, I'm like, those are my top two. Those are who I'm rooting for. Again, kind of what you said, I don't really like to follow too many competitors, especially while I'm in prep, because now that I'm newer to bikini, it's very easy for me to compare like my body to theirs. And that's such a high level. And like, I will not look like that. I would have to work many years to look like that. So just for my peace of mind, I don't follow like any IFBB bikini pros super closely, but those two have always been like my favorite. So I'm really pulling for either Laura Lee or Ashley. I think both of them deserve it, and I would love to see either of them win.
Do you know what Ashley placed last year?
She was second or third.
Second or third.
Yeah. She's like continuously in that top three, you know, which is why I just want to be like the fact that she hasn't gotten that number one Olympia spot and competes at all these pro shows and continuously wins, and she looks incredible and holds this physique somehow.
She single-handedly pays for the entire Olympia. I mean, put her on payroll. I mean, obviously she's on payroll, like she's winning, but like more.
Yeah. So she's just one of those where like the same way I felt about Issa last year, and I was right.
You're right.
So you never know. I would just really love to see her win. She also just like has the craziest core ever. I haven't watched her YouTube in a little bit, but she used to like talk about her coaches or judges' feedback. And a lot of her posing was like not to show obliques too much and abs too much, but she naturally just has like the tiniest, like craziest waistline. So I've always just been a fan of her physique and her shape. And yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be a good battle too. Like top two for wellness, top two for bikini. I'm definitely going to be locked in. That's my Super Bowl. And
this year we'll be figuring out the new classic physique Olympian, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to hear anyone other's name besides C-Bob's call.
It's funny because like now that my brother's in the world of bodybuilding and competing, like he will call me and text me and send me photos of like different classic guys, bodybuilding guys. And I'm like, the only name I knew was C-Bum.
I know.
He's like, oh, you know, like the guy who placed third. I was like, if it wasn't C-Bum, I do not know men's bodybuilding.
Yes, everybody knows C-Bum.
Unfortunately. I would love to see C-Bum have his own show. Do you see they're pregnant again?
Again?
You didn't see that?
This dude has some quick-ass sperm, man.
They are Olympia levels.
They are.
They were built for this.
They're just like... I mean, both of them, they're genetics. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, you want a show?
I would love to see him have like his own Arnold.
Yeah. Oh, if he doesn't, I will big miss.
I don't think. Yeah, he has so many business ventures and so much going on, and on social media, and raising now about to be 2 children. So not yet, but like I hope in the future, like our Arnold Classic is like also like a C-Bum Classic. Like that would be very cool. He has the power.
Oh, for sure. I also, if they're not going to do that anytime soon, if he is not a commentator for the men's classic physique at this Olympia, what are you doing?
Or like judge
anything,
guest something. Like he just needs to.
You know what? Just come to my house and we'll talk about it.
Okay. Kidnap him. But yeah, so men's is going to be interesting on that front. Also, figure is going to be interesting.
Yes,
we had so bad with names. Give me a sec.
So many people. Last year was like
multiple top competitors retired.
Like long. Last year was one of the most wild Olympias.
Yeah,
because it was like C-Bum gone. Something with someone else retired. Which people were dropping like flies. And I was like, what's going on?
Well, that's why I'm curious, like, if maybe this new point system is going to freak some people out, and this might be our last time seeing them on Olympia stage. There's also so many competitors I want to see come back.
I know. Where the Andrews sisters at?
Yeah, where's your Rishna?
I should just text Marissa. I want to text Marissa and be like, girl, where you at?
Where are you at?
Where you at?
There's just so many competitors who, like, we've seen on the Olympia stage who aren't going this year, and it's like, I would love them to come back, who are, maybe some of them we haven't seen, like, since 2021, since that first one. So
Angela Borges.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Eurishna is not ever going to come back.
Unfortunately.
The Andrews sisters, I want them to come back.
There's just so many.
Remember Julia also?
Yeah.
There was a Julia in the top 5 in 2021. Where's she at? Represent.
I miss our girls.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Go
those are our Olympia predictions. Let us know your thoughts, your personal top 5 or 6 down below. If there's any dark horses, girls you've been following recently or for a long time who are going this year, who we didn't dive into today, who you are like, hey, you should have these people on your radar. Let us know, because we are out of the loop sometimes.
We can always have a Eduardo situation where someone's like, hey, I'm here and I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. And we miss Fran. If that's
Come
okay.
back, Fran. We love you guys so much, and you're more powerful than you think.
Bye. Bye.